What's happening, guys? Mike here from Canadian Cards. Another segment in the Continuing Legends series. Today we're going to focus on the career of Maurice Rocket Richard, shown here in this 1959 Parkhurst and a PSA 6. Should probably adjust the camera so... Let's talk about Maurice Richard. Born in 1921, was a first player in NHL history to score 50 goals in one season. And he did that in 1944-45. And he was also the first to reach 500 goals. Richard retired as the league's all-time leading goal scorer with 544. In 1960, and he also won the NHL's Most Valuable Player in 1947. Played in 13 All-Star games, was named to 14 postseason NHL All-Star teams, 8 on the first team, 6 on the second. In 2017 was named one of the 100 NHL greatest players in history, and his younger brother, Henri, known as the Pocket Rocket, played his career alongside his brother, and the two were teammates for the last 5 of Maurice's career. Was a part of the Punchline, which featured Elmer Locke and Toe Blake, and they were a menace to opposing teams. 1961, he was voted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, and in 1975, he was inducted into Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. Montreal retired as number 9 in 1960, and in 1999, donated the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy to the NHL, awarded annually to the league's regular season leading goal scorer. Many accomplishments throughout the year. There's so much to, I always pull up their Wikipedia page. I know a lot about them, but there's a lot of stuff that, I have to read up on, and partly that's me conveying that to you. So, one story goes, pretty much he was a physical player as well, and other players retaliated with equal force. The situation led to a running feud with then NHL president Clarence Campbell. Richard had been fined numerous times by Campbell for on-ice incidents, and at one point was forced to post a $1,000 good behavior bond after he criticized Campbell in a weekly column he helped author. Richard was among many in Quebec who believed that Clarence Campbell treated the French Canadians more harshly than the English counterparts. The simmering dispute erupted after an incident with the Canadians in 1955. A game against Boston, when Hal Lecoy struck Richard in the head with his stick. Richard retaliated by slashing viciously at Lecoy's head, then punched linesman Cliff Thompson when the official attempted to intervene. Boston police attempted to arrest Richard for assault following the incident, but Montreal coaching staff would not allow the police into the change room. Following days of deliberation, Campbell announced that he had suspended Richard, who was the NHL's overall scoring leader of the scoring race at that time, for the remainder of the regular season and the playoffs. In English Canada, Campbell was praised for doing what he could to control the erratic Richard. Unknown to most at the time, Campbell had long wanted to impose a lengthy suspension on Richard over his previous outbursts. As NHL president, however, Campbell ultimately answered to the league's owners and they were reluctant to see such a severe discipline imposed against one of the league's star players on account of their value in increasing game attendance. In French Quebec, the suspension was viewed as an injustice, and upon taking his customary seat at the next Canadiens' home game, unruly fans pelted him with vegetables, eggs, and other debris. And one fan actually threw a tear gas bomb at Campbell, which resulted in the Montreal Forum's evacuation and a forfeiture by Montreal in Detroit's favor. Fans started fleeing the arena and were met by a large group of demonstrators who were massed outside prior to the game's start. The mob consisted of about 20,000 people. Turned in, it's now known as the Richard Riots. And, windows and doors were smashed at the Forum and surrounding businesses. By the time it was all done, 65 to 70 people had been arrested. Over 50 stores were looted. 37 people injured. Damage was estimated at about $100,000, and according to Wikipedia, that's almost $1 million by today's standard. Richard also attended the game, but immediately left following the forfeit. Frank Selke, who was management of the team, attempted to persuade him to try and dispense the crowd, but he refused, fearing that he would instead further inflame the passions of the mob. He did take to the radio the next day, asking everyone to do no more harm, get behind the team in the playoffs. I will take my punishment and come back next year to help win the cup. Well, the Habs did not win that cup that year. Richard lost the scoring race to Geoffrion, Boom Boom Geoffrion, and the rest is history. It's a great story, book. I can't remember who wrote it, but the book is called The Hockey Sweater. I want to say, I can't remember the name of the author. I'm trying to see if it's here, but numerous accolades. There's a 5,000-seat arena built in his honor. When he passed away from cancer in 2000, he is the only non-politician to lay in state for his funeral. And over 115,000 people paid their respects by viewing him lying in state at the Molson Center. Career statistics: played in 978 games, 544 goals, like I said earlier, 422 assists. Was a pretty tough and rugged player, had 1,285 penalty minutes as well. So, again, he was first team All-Star 8 times, second team 6, won the Stanley Cup 8 times, and won the Hart Trophy as the most valuable player in 1946-47. So there you have it. My next feature will be on his younger brother, Henri Richard. There you have it. Rocket Richard. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Take care.